All right, so classes at a glance. Basically, you have your class, which is a standalone, well, it's a program. It's a program that other programmers are going to be using in their main program. So then I wrote this little tester here, and that's my main program. So if you look at what we have here, in my class, I have some private integers, which are a, b, and c. And then right away, I have these two public quad equation. They look like they might be methods, but these are actually called constructors. Notice that they have exactly the same name as the class itself. And these are what you use to construct or make a variable that has this type, a quad equation type. So if I'm back here in main, you'll see how I have quad equation. That's the name like int or string or whatever of the class. And then q1 is my variable name. And that equals a new quad equation. That new keyword takes this quad equation with no parameters sent to it. It goes over to my class and it goes, okay, she wants to set up Q1, but she doesn't know A, B, and C yet, so we're just going to make them default to 1. So now Q1 has a quadratic equation set up for it with values of 1 for A, B, and C. Then I set up another one, quad equation Q2, but this time I sent it parameters. That goes over here. It goes, okay, it's not this constructor she's using because that has empty parameter list. So it goes to the next one, says 1, 2, 3. Good. She's sending 3 parameters. I'm receiving 3 parameters. I'm going to let A be whatever she sent in this first parameter list, which was a 4. I'm going to let B equal whatever she sent in the second place, which is a -1. And I'm going to let C equal whatever she sent in the third place, which is a 3. And now I have 2 quad equation variables, Q1 and Q2. So I'm ready to start using them. So in my program, I make a call here. So you can think of Q1 and Q2 as being like vehicles. They're like a bus. They are what takes me over to the class. So Q1.isReal is saying take Q1, that quad equation, and select the method isReal in the quad equation class. So it's going to go over to quad equation. It's going to find the isReal function that takes no parameters. Notice that it does, however, return a Boolean, so it's got to return a true or false. Does some work here, determines if it's true or false, returns a true if this is true, otherwise returns a false, jumps back over here and replaces this with a true or false. All right. Finally, the other, I have a few other methods in there, but the other one to note is toString, because toString is a little bit unique. Notice that in my main program here, I am making a normal call. I'm using q1.toString. That makes a normal call to the toString method, and that's going to print out whatever the solutions are. But the uniqueness of toString is that I don't have to make a call to that method. I can actually just use it like I would use any other string. So see here how I'm printing out Q2? Java's smart enough to know that that means I want to go over to the class and call on the toString method. ToString is like a universal method. And so it's going to actually look for that. The key is it has to have a small t and a capital S in order to be used in this way. So either way, I can make a call to the toString method. The other thing I want to point out is in my class, see, I'm in the toString method in the quad equation class. I'm making a call to one of the methods in this class, determinant. Notice how I don't need a method selector, that's that dot, and I don't need a quad equation variable. And that's because I'm in the class already, and so I don't need to make a call to it by using that vehicle. I'm already there. So the only time I need to use the vehicle is if I'm in a different program and I want to drive over to that class. All right, that's it. That's classes in a nutshell.